Hello and welcome to my shop. Today we're going to talk about this beast right here. I had the opportunity to get this radial arm saw for free, and I've always been wanting to restore old machines. I've never done any restoration before, so it's going to be my first one, and I thought that doing something which is free is always good. If I screw it up, throw it away. So let's get into it. So this is a Dewalt 14-inch radial arm saw. This is one phase, 230 volts, 60 cycles. And I'm guessing category number 3510 or 3515. I don't know what's the difference between standard arm and medium arm. It's a model GA as shown on this plate here. Let's see what we have here. So we have plug is single phase. If we follow the cable, we go to this box here, which I'm guessing goes to that box there, and this cable, yep, it goes from here to here. This cable goes to the motor, and then there's a wire here that goes to this on-off switch there, and this switch there, I'm guessing goes to this wire, which goes nowhere. Okay, so we need to fix all this before we can start it up. So let's see what's behind this plate there and see if the wiring's okay. Let's do the same on that one and see what we have. So this one's going to be interesting because we have single phase coming in, and this one shows L1, L2, L3, L4. So something's weird here. So I'm checking on the motor just to make sure it's single phase, which it is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look this up because I have no idea what this thing is. So I look online and I found this ACS 3402U30. That's a 4-pole connector that has been discontinued, provided by Eaton Corporation. And I also found a wiring diagram for this thing. So I'm going to show you how it is wired actually. I'm going to remove the cable. Anyways, I don't need this box. So I'm going to get rid of this one and see what this one is. So this is how it is in the box. As you can see, you got red and black coming in with 110, and then T1 and L3 are plugged together, and then T2 and T3 are going to the motor, and one of the leg is going to the on-off switch and then back to the motor. So let me see how it is inside. With the thickness of the wires, I'm sure these are power. Something written on it says C and F. What's funny too is, listen to this. This is toasted. Here it looks like. Need a new one. I found this online, the manual. Which is interesting. So this is the exact same motor as what you have here. 3 horsepower, 1 phase, 230 volts, 60 cycles. But the box that is on the right here is not the one for 1 phase. It was wired using an on-off switch like a light fixture, instead of using this. And the on-off switch down here works on 110. This one doesn't work on 110. This is a control wire, and I'm guessing it's either fried or we just bypassed it. As you see here, it goes through control cable, goes to here, and then back here. But it's going through this coil here. I don't know if it can handle 110. I'm gonna do a continuity test. There's something on the black here. So white and black are making a connection. So black and white work on the red button. Is there the cable's broken? Let's find out. And the switch is dead. So I think we bypassed the switch there because it was dead. We'll maybe try to find a replacement or what. But it's all rewired. My cable's too short right now. But it's rewired here, rewired there. This is dead, I believe. So I'm using the one down here. The breaker is this one. I just turned it on. Since it's plugged in, it didn't trip. That's a good sign. So we'll see if this thing fires up or not in a second. Ready? Wow, it takes forever to stop. He's still turning. Wow, that's crazy. That's forever. But I'm glad it's working. Let's try to take off the blade. Let's remove the guard. This is a brass nut, and this is counter-threaded. Here we go. See, brass. Yeah. Remove the and if you put your finger here and move it, and you can't stop the bearing. This is good. I mean, they're set correctly. So at least this is good, but it needs some cleanup, as you can see here. Let's try to take it out. Okay, well, zip it. Whew. Let's look here. See all the dust. I'm gonna have to clean up all these. It's got 8 bearings on this thing. They're all nasty. And there is a rail. And then I start cleaning all the bearings. And then goes the back end of the motor. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put some WD-40. And I'm going to clean up the back cover of the motor too. Now we're going to take out the rods that go from one end to the other end. So there's two nuts like this, and there's a small washer. So you can push your screws out. Let's see what it is. And you come out here. Maybe this one. Here. So I'm trying to take the rods out with a wrench. Doesn't come up, so I use a screwdriver to undo them, and it's still painful, so I'm picking up the drill, which works much better. Then I'm trying to take out the circlips, the ring. Yeah, I got it. There's dishwasher behind it. When the fun starts taking the fan off, I use WD-40 screwdriver, mallet, and nothing moves. It barely moves with a screwdriver doing leverage. I'm gonna have to try something else. Then I take out the big guns with a big screwdriver and the mallet. Oh, that's what it is. I go on the other side and remove the 4 screws of the cover. Finally. Spring rings here. Got 2 of them, and one is really messed up. I don't know if you can see it, but woo! This is supposed to be attached here. It doesn't move, and then I guess everything slides back. Well, that's not how it's done. Finally. Alright. Let's now work on the other cover. That's it. I put shims in the back here. Put shims because I took out the wrong side first. And now this comes out. Let's turn her up. Here we go. It doesn't look bad inside. This thing's gonna need a bit of cleaning. It's a bit rusty here. Here it is. And 2 years later, I'm putting some clamps so it doesn't sleep on me. And pop the bearing. Finally moving after a long time. Here it is. Here it is. It's in, all good. The key. From here on, I'm very sorry, but my battery died and I didn't see it. So we just put that cover and with the washers and screws to tie everything tight. Then I'm gonna put the key and the fan, a washer, a clip, and then the cover, and top it off with the bolts there. And this is pretty much it for the motor. Take this off and see what we can clean up on the base. Loose here. Look at my silly dog here. Let me bring you closer. Look at my silly dog. There he is. Let me put you back where you were, or kind of. Finally, here it is, coming off. Now that we brushed off the table, it's time to see if we can derust it. And for this, I've been using this one, rust cutter. It is in a gallon form, as you can see here. And you see here, I say brush on, because I'm using two types. This one for the base itself, since I cannot assemble it and put the legs in a bucket, I cannot dunk in a solution. So I'm using a paintbrush and applying this. So this, you follow the instructions. It tells you exactly what to do, and it works great. For smaller parts, I've been using, let me just put it here so you can see. For smaller parts, I've been using this one, POR 15 rust remover, also a gallon. Let me see here. So POR 15 rust remover. For this one, you put your PCs in the bucket, you dunk them in the solution, and you wait according to the instructions. As far as I'm concerned, I left all the PCs overnight, and you see a tremendous difference, believe me. So I'll leave those two in the description here below so you can have a look for yourself if you're interested. Now let's see what the end result is. Oh, one thing before I forget, I used the wire brush to go on top of everything to make sure all the loose stuff and grime were gone before I applied these products. So that's what it's looking like now. So mainly with the base, you can see there's no rust anymore. And let me put a comparison picture between before and after so you can see the difference. To me it looks tremendously different. And before I started I was thinking about painting it just so it looks brand new, or clear coating it depending on the results after derusting. To be honest, I think if I restore it with new paint, and if you look around me, all the machines are in their juice, as we say in French, so they're in the original state. Nothing has been repainted. So I think I'll just keep the old patina and put a clear coat on top of it and keep it like it is. I think it looks good to me, so I'll just keep it like this. It doesn't need to be like came out of a factory. It's gonna be used anyways. We're gonna try to unbend the leg, which is over there in this corner. All the other ones you look good, so we'll check, but main thing will be to unbend this thing. We'll see if we can come up with something to do that. Let me bring you closer first. So this is it. I don't know if you can see, but over here it is bent right there. Show you right here. This is bent big time. Doesn't seem like the bolt here or this one down there have moved much, but this one has moved quite a lot. So let's see what we can do. What I'm thinking is to bolt down to the pallet, the 3 other legs, and try to see if I can bend the other one without the other 3 moving. We'll see. There are some holes already on there. Let me show you. If you look down here, down there's a hole, and there's a couple of holes there too. I use those to bolt that down to the pallet so it doesn't move. And on the other side, there is a hole right there. So you can't see much, but over here, where is the hole? See here, where's the hole? Here, where's the hole? Right there. There's another one here. We'll see. Put with a come along there. Move it this way. So let's do that. We'll see. We'll find out. First, let's see if you're kind of level. The pallet is this way. And is this way. Close. And they're going inwards, and this one's going inwards a little bit. gonna try to use these clamps here. This one. Oh, and I forgot. So these are 1/2 inch by 2 inches. Alright, so everything is back almost good. Almost perfect to me. Bolted to the pallet. Won't go anywhere. And yeah, I like it. Next thing will be to clear coat this thing. Do some work on the base there. And put a new table. That's pretty much it. Let's see the difference after an hour or two. Everything is not dry still, but you see a major difference. That's what they're looking for. See, there's no rust anymore. See, rust is gone. can see it. It's been painted. And start with this thing. So let's work on the base. And for this I'm using this, which is a Rust-Oleum gloss clear enamel turbo spray system. This is 24 ounces. Yep, 24 ounces. It's got a new spray tip, which I don't know if you can see, but and this is supposed to spray wide and 4 times faster, as we say. I used the black version to paint a little bit of my on my trailer where I saw some rust, and it worked great. So let's see what it does on this thing. It says 4 large projects too, so I think this is a large project. Well, we'll see. Oh yeah, wear a mask. You get mine.
This is crazy fast. It might be even too fast.
Well, here you have it. The base fully coated, fully clear coated. Let's have a look. Let me pause in here and have a look at the logo here. That's the next item we're gonna work on. As you can see here, this logo is still on the base. It's all taped up because I tried to spray it thinking I could sand the letters to reveal the letters and keep the background painted, but it didn't work because it's actually not engraved or different levels. So what I was trying to do didn't work. So what we're gonna do now is I bought a Cricut machine and I designed this thing, and this is on a transfer paper. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer it over here, and then we're gonna spray on top of it, take the decal off, and see what we have. And then we'll start working on the new table. There it is, and now we need to transfer it onto here. while we wait. We'll put a second coat later. Well, let's see. It's dry now. Let's see how it goes. There you go, not too shabby. Alright, let me get you closer. I'm very happy with the result. Looks great. And this is closer to the original logo from 1960s, which apparently wasn't the right one before. I'll put a clear coat on the logo. I received something. This is what I'm gonna be using on this saw. A Super 8 stack. And so let's install it. So let's start working on the table, see what we got. 44, I'm gonna leave 2 inches on each side, so that's 48. Now we need to define the depth. To define the depth, if I do that, go all the way, it goes well beyond the table, and it's not good. So I want the table to be able to go past the bottom point here, so I can have some support under there. It's all the way back here, the base of the column. And so just to show you, about here on that side, obviously it's too short. So you see, if I let it down, so the bottom, I go vertical from the center where the blade's going to cut. So I see I got about 2 inches, which is exactly what I'd like. This one is 24 inches. If I go 24 inches, it's gonna be tight. I do 25 inches. I do 25 inches. Course cut, 25 inches. That's good. I don't think I'll ever do rib cuts, but how do you determine the size of a table if you want to do rib cuts and have your stuff supporting? Well, that's easy. would do is make sure you got enough here to support the maximum capacity. So I might do that. Let's see where it goes. So I'll go to the nut here there, which is 31. Let's say 31. So I put some. I got some slack. I don't think I'll ever do full capacity rip cut, but 31 seems a good number. It gives me a tiny bit. You know, I clear my blade, I'll be good. So let's do 31 inches. And the old table was 30. So I'm close. To define where we're going to put the fence, well, so what you do is you push all the way back and you measure the front of the blade with a square. That's where you put your fence. So for the front table, we need 48 by 23 3/8. So we're going to cut that on the table saw. Move the fence back so I don't have a problem. Heavy. That's pretty much where it can go. Plenty of room here. And plenty of room there. I like it. So the fence goes here. Okay, now I need to figure out the bars. So I need to get the location of the holes to the fence. So I get that way. Two inches. see how it's gonna go. Now I can start thinking about the bars. They're gonna go here, 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 about, and they're gonna be sandwiched between two of these. So these are 1/8 by 3/4 by 4 feet. And 4 feet is about exactly what I have here, 48 inches. So now I'm gonna space those evenly on here, making sure I avoid the holes here, and it should be good.
This is the old table. Let's see what kind of holes we need. Three-eighths. Three-quarters. Let's start by cutting a fence. It's going to be 2.5 inches wide. So this is the original part, the back of a table. So we're gonna trace it and replicate. It's gonna be just a couple inches wider, longer. So here I'm checking if I can get both pieces into one. So here I'm marking the middle roughly from both sides, so if both lines intersect means I'm in the middle. And I'm almost there. Just some fine tuning. So what we're going to do to level the table is we're going to actually use the head of a motor, the arbor, and we're going to level everything from the tip of the arbor. So I'm going to lift this up so it's vertical, and then we're going to try to find the highest point on the table and go from there to level all the screws under the table. I'm going to use a sheet of paper to level that thing. So here, let me show you the caliper. It's set to 0, and I'm going to try to measure the thickness of a sheet of paper, which is 0.004 inches or 0.1 mil thick, so not much.
It barely registered. So if I'm a sheet of paper off everywhere on the table, that's awesome.
So as you can see here on the left corner here, the paper doesn't go in. And as I move the saw, the tip of the arbor, now it goes in, so it's more than 0.004 inches. And here it's less. So you see it's very tight tolerances. It's going to be very precise if I can make it. And I'm going to lift up a little bit and adjust the height of the tip. So it's got friction between the table, the paper, and the tip. If we have friction, it's telling me I'm within 0.004 inches of the table. And we can tighten the screws to lock it down. But how does it actually work here? So let's show you on the CAD model. So if you remember right, here's what we have. We have a screw with a washer that go through a table, screw into a metal bar, and then you lock everything down with a nut, okay? Then you screw in the second nut, which will be adjusting everything. So you put it against the other one, and then you put everything onto the table, and then you start the bottom nut. Just start it. So it will look like this. This is where the magic happens. So you push everything down to the table like this. And then you unscrew the middle nut until you have the tip of the arbor within the thickness you want, so the sheet of paper we saw earlier. Once you have the proper distance, then you tighten the bottom nut, and here it is. You get the perfect fit. Let's now move to the secondary board that is behind the fence. This is nothing fancy, 2.5 inch by 48. So we split it in half. We glue it together. When it's dry, we remove it from the clamps. We sand it smooth. And then we're gonna have to make a notch, a rabbet, because some bolts are sticking out. And then we can stick wedges in between to lock everything up so the fence doesn't move. These are pieces of scrap from the back board I cut earlier. I'm gonna just use them and see if they work and then make them prettier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure they look the same. So I'm gonna rip them together, glue them together temporarily so I can cut, sand, and everything else. I'm using the blue tape and CA glue trick to put them together and shape them together so they look exactly the same. I'm measuring at the table directly to see at the beginning what I have here. I should have about 1 inch, and then 18 inches further down what is the dimension I need. And then I sand so they can look exactly the same. I'm trying to maintain the dimensions I have a bit fixed so the wedges don't go too much inward. I'm staying outside of the 2 lines I measured earlier. And there we go, 2 new, nice, beautiful wedges ready to go. After a little bit of sanding, obviously. Here we are, and now the table is finished. And the blade guard. And that's it, the table's finished. Well, almost. We'll still have to put a 1/4 inch sheet of plywood on top of it, which would be sacrificial. That's what we're gonna do now.
23 1/4. 23.
I'm removing a 1/4 inch to make sure there's a room for the dust to go between the sheet of plywood and the fence. So that's why I'm saying 23 there. And we're gonna just nail it down with brad nails, 1 inch and a 1/4. And now the table is done. But before we start it, let's work on the arm here and starting with a stop. Let's now work on the arm. First, let's get rid of all the dust and stuff with the wire wheel. I'm just going to sand it a little bit to see if we can get it cleaner. I'm going to do that all over the arm. And then we can start DeRusting with evaporust in my case here. It's a brush on product which works really good. I like it. Let's now start this thing and see if it works.
It is plugged in. Let's flip the breaker. It doesn't trip, so that's good. Note that it's a 30 amp breaker for 18 amp saw, so it's too big. Well, actually no, sorry, it's perfect. 30 amp for 18 amp motor, so 18 times 1 1/4. That's about right, 25 or 30 amp. So let's do it. So let's see if it's gonna start. Let me hide under there, just because. This is it. I hope you had a good time watching this restoration with me. That's Dewalt Radial Arm Saw Model GA 1964-65. Single phase, 3 horsepower motor, 18 amps. I had a good time working on this thing, first ever. If you like this kind of stuff and would like me to do more, please like and subscribe and drop me a comment or something. I'm gonna put this thing to good use. It's gonna be nice to have this in the shop. Well, thank you guys again for tuning in, and I'll catch you later.